Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Monica. I like to post anti-MLMs, that's anti-multi-level marketing, and some true crime content here on this channel. So if any of that interests you, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I would love for you to stick around. In today's video, I am bringing you anti-MLM content, so of course, just as a disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only and just my opinions. In today's video, I am reacting to two Arbonne reps. They did one of those Instagram lives where, you know, there's like the two people on the screen. These people, I have reacted to them in a previous video. They are on the same team. So I wanted to react to them because they kind of go over their story a little bit. And yeah, let me just scooch over right here and let's just get into this video.
What's up, guys? I think I'm live. I hope I'm live. I haven't gone live in forever, so hopefully this thing is working. I am gonna wait for to hop on. We're gonna do a split screen. So once she requests to join, I'll have her pop in here. There she is. Hope everyone's having a great Thursday. Pumped that we're getting on here. Hopping on here in a second. I'm drinking my cider punch fizz. So if you haven't gotten this yet, get it. There she is.
What's up?
What up? Woo! It's a party.
Let's go.
We haven't done a live video together in I don't even know how long. Real quick, I'm gonna ask someone to comment. Can you guys see my full head, or did it just zoom in on me? Because I feel like I can only see like part of my head. So I want to see if you guys can see me all. I can see all of you, and you looking like a snack.
Thank you. I would love to put a filter on this, but you know it's probably too late at this point.
No. You can put a filter on. Go on. You can click on. You don't need a filter though. You pretty. You pretty. The hat's a little cut off. Oh well. Okay. It's all right.
What I will say is they're both really pretty. So for her to say like, oh, you don't need a filter, she's right. Neither of these women need a filter because they're both absolutely beautiful. But the thing that gets me with the filters on Instagram with some of these MLM reps, because as you'll see, they do talk about Arbonne and stuff like that. But Arbonne does sell beauty products, and I think they even sell makeup or something. I think they said something about makeup in this video. I've watched this previously because I had to screen record it. But if you're selling that kind of stuff, why are you using filters then? Am I making sense here, or did I just lose a bunch of you? But I feel like if you're selling certain products, you really shouldn't be using, it's okay to touch up a picture. So let's say you want to make it a little bit brighter, or you want to bring out the saturation a little bit, because of course, when you take a picture, or when you guys watch my videos here, I'm not gonna look the same in the video or in my pictures as I do in real life. Sometimes it actually looks worse than in real life. So of course you wanna touch up pictures to make it look as close to real life as possible. Some people take it a step too far and Photoshop way too much so that it literally, that's when you get the Instagram versus reality pictures that you see of celebrities and stuff like that. But these women, they don't need filters. They're beautiful. But anyway, okay, let me get back to the video.
Okay, it's all right. As long as you guys can see my eyes and mouth, then we're good.
Okay. All right. Now I'm filtered up.
It just zoomed in on you too.
Oh, it's probably because of the filter then.
Maybe. Okay. Well, it's all right.
You look beautiful.
Woohoo! Shout out to the filter. Okay, so we want to hop on here. And we're going to try to get through this quickly, but we are so passionate and we're so excited. And so we'll see what happens. But we were talking about this the other day and we realized that we haven't like gone on live and shared our stories with each other in so long, and why we jumped into this incredible business. And so we thought it'd be fun just to get on here and chat and just share with you guys really. And so guys, this business, I want to say, has the potential to completely change your life just the way that it's changed ours. And so keep watching until the end. And just a heads up, I have 2 live videos going right now on 2 separate things. So if you see me look over here, that's why I'm trying to get both of these done. But I'm going to have kick it off because her yes is the reason why I'm even here. And it all started with her. So it's going to kick off.
Yay. Okay. Hi, everyone. As she said, and we're just here to share a little bit about Arbonne with you guys. I think I just wanted to share our stories and go through some things love about Arbonne, because I'll be honest, both of us were very skeptical before we said yes to this. So I've been a part of Arbonne for 2.5 years now. And like I said, before it, I was very skeptical. I was actually reached out to by one of my friends to take a look at Arbonne. And I remember vividly on a walk with my mom. I read the message to my mom, and my mom said, do not do something like that. And I didn't want to do it anyway. So I was like, okay, perfect. You know, we thought that we were just very sketched out by it. And long story short, I ended up watching her for 3 months before I even was open-minded to learn more. And I wish I would have been open-minded at the beginning, because the opportunity that Arbonne is, the people, the friendship, the community, I would have never imagined in a million years that it was as good as it was. And so after 3 months, I reached out. I said, hey, I really still don't think I'm going to do this, but I'd love more info. And I found out, got some more info. And I was like, okay, if you don't do this, you're really stupid. Just bluntly put, this is such an incredible opportunity.
Already, so early on in the video, she's already done a few of the typical tactics that these MLM reps use. So of course there's targeting people who want a community or a sisterhood. I've talked about this so many times on this channel that that's non-existent, first of all. Second of all, she mentioned that she wished she started earlier, that she didn't wait that 3 months. So in a sense, that's almost kind of using FOMO, because it makes the person who's watching this think to themselves, oh, well, she waited 3 months, but she said that she wished she would have jumped on even earlier. She approached me, so maybe I should just jump on. Maybe I should just do this, because then I'm going to miss out just like how she did. What kind of bothered me was she said that she was stupid if she didn't join, because after she reached out and she got more information about it. I'm glad that she didn't just hop on with Arbonne, and she did ask for more information, but clearly she didn't ask for the right information, otherwise she would not have joined. For her to say that she would have been stupid if she didn't jump on with Arbonne, and that if she didn't join Arbonne, I find that to be condescending to say that, because people who are watching this might think to themselves, well, I didn't join it, so I guess that makes me stupid. But in a sense, it's another way for them to create this hype around it, and for people to be like, well, I do want to join it because I don't want to be stupid. I don't want to be stupid about it. But I don't like that she used that term. It's just like, I don't like when some anti-MLMers say that people who join MLMs are stupid. I don't like that either. So that's just... Anyway, let's get back to it.
Opportunity to have a potential income from my phone, to be able to make an impact in my life, my future, other people's lives, and all those things. And just to take you guys back, so my freshman year of college, I played D1 tennis. I transferred back home because my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I just didn't want to be far away from family anymore. It was time for me to get back home. And so I played one more year of college tennis at my hometown school. And after that year, I took a step back from tennis. I said, you know what, the team atmosphere that I had at my first school was not present at the school that I transferred to. And so I decided, okay, well, if I'm not going to play tennis, I have no idea what I want to do career-wise. And so I thought to myself, all right, you can either get a degree in something that you don't give two craps about, or maybe you can take a step back, take a year off from school, work for your dad full-time, and just see what's going to come into your life, and find out what you're passionate about. So I did just that. I took a year off from school, working for my dad. And by that point, I'd been working for my dad for almost a year. And I started to think to myself, okay, this is not how I thought it was going to go. I thought something would have came in by now, but nothing had. And so I was kind of at the point where I was like, okay, I either need to go back to school, or I need to be okay with going through the motions each day at a job that I was unfulfilled at, you know, dreading Mondays, waiting for Fridays. And I didn't want to live like that anymore. And then just a side note, when I stopped playing college tennis with my eating habits, I started to go downhill kind of quickly. I started putting on my clothes. They were not fitting the same way they used to fit. I was like so winded, even just walking. And I knew I needed to make a change in my health. I knew that I needed to make a change. And so I had seen my friend Mariah, like I said, posting about Arbonne. I was watching her, and I saw her post about this 30 Days to Healthy Living program. And I was so intrigued. And honestly, guys, that's the main reason I joined Arbonne, was to get healthy. And I thought to myself, okay, if I'm going to get healthy on this 30 Days to Healthy Living program, I might as well just try the business and see what the heck happens. But I did not think I was ever going to be successful at this business. Let me tell you, I can be pretty introverted by nature. I'm like an introverted extrovert. And so I'm a big homebody. And I thought that I wouldn't have the right personality to do something like this. I thought you had to be a certain type of person or have a certain type of personality. And I just didn't think I was cut out for it. And so I decided to do the business along with the 30-day, honestly thinking, okay, if I can just pay for my gas and groceries each month, that's really cool. Like, that's good enough for me, because what else is going to allow me to do that for my phone? And so I joined and I dove in head first. And let me tell you, the opportunity and the potential was astronomically more than I thought it was at the
The one thing that kind of irks me a little bit is when these reps say that they do all of this from their phone. There is no way that you're only working from your phone, because you have to get on these Zoom calls. You have to get on all of these other things. If you're an upline, some uplines take their jobs really seriously and create training programs. They create graphics. Some of them get they get studio lights, they get ring lights, they get cameras, they get microphones and stuff. Then some of them might even start a podcast along with it. I've seen that kind of be a little bit of a trend, or they'll start a YouTube channel. So it's not just working from your phone. And I really don't like when they say that, because it makes it sound so easy. Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna send like a couple of messages out here and there. But that's not it. Along with that, the things that she's saying here are going to be relatable to a lot of people. So she talked about how after she left school because her mother was sick, which I hope that her mother is okay. I haven't looked into her, so I don't know how that's going, but I truly hope that her mom's okay and everything. But so she decided to come back home, and she decided to take some time off from school, which I don't see a problem with that. I also don't see a problem with people not wanting to go to college and wanting to go to a trade school, for example, or not going to either. There are people in this world who are successful who never went to college, or who are college dropouts. So just because you have a degree, it doesn't make you better than the person standing next to you. That's something that I believe in wholeheartedly. So that might speak to some people that, oh, I'm in college right now, but at the same time, I really don't like it when I hear reps leaving college to do their MLM full time. That bothers me as well. That really, truly bothers me, because you just put all that money, you spend all that time, and for what? For an MLM company? Really? An MLM company. And another thing, she joined Arbonne originally for becoming healthier, because she kind of dropped off the bandwagon. She was really active in college, and now she's not really all that active, which of course, again, is relatable to a lot of people. But you don't need Arbonne to be healthier. You don't need Arbonne. You don't need Beachbody. You don't need Herbalife. You don't need any of that. And if you're looking for someone on this platform who's really great with health and fitness and all of that, I highly recommend checking out Kat Benson from Unlock Nutrition here on YouTube. She has a lot of really great videos, and she also breaks down some of the MLM. She has done Arbonne, but she breaks down ingredients and stuff like that for other health and fitness MLMs. But anyway, let's get back to it.
more than I thought it was at the beginning. And just the person I've become over the last 2.5 years, I look back 2.5 years ago and I don't even recognize that girl anymore. I've grown so much. My confidence has grown. My community has grown. And it's just been the greatest thing in the world. So actually how I got connected, it's a really cool story and we don't share it enough. But anyways, we live 8 hours apart from each other. I'm here in, and I saw her on Instagram. I started this thing called Arbonne, had no idea what I was doing, but I came across the page and I was like, okay, this chick seems cool. She seems like somebody I'd get along with if I knew in person. I saw she was a fellow D1 athlete, played soccer, produced, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna reach out to her and just see if she'd be interested in something like this. And she was very skeptical, but you know, after a month of kind of talking to her about it, she ended up joining, and now she's one of my best friends. And it's just crazy because we get to see each other all the time now. We're actually going to be here in a few weeks together. So all the people you get to meet and the connections you get to make. And she will be in my wedding one day if I ever get married. We'll see. Yeah. So share a little bit of your story, babe.
Well, you will be getting married, and the man who gets to put a ring on that finger is very lucky. But it's crazy. Like the fact that we're sitting here chatting, I'm like, I didn't even know her 2 years ago, and she's like my soul sister. So, you know, a little background on me. When I went to college, I initially majored in biology, which makes me laugh now because I suck at math and science. But I had such a heart for wanting to be a pediatric nurse or a pediatrician. I love helping people, and especially kids, like kiddos, I just love. And I was like, that would be a great path for me. And then I quickly discovered with playing Division I soccer that that was going to be pretty hard for me to juggle both. And I really, when I started taking my classes, I found that I didn't really like the classes I was taking. And I'm like, okay, I guess it's not the path for me. So like many people do, I changed my major to undecided, and I really had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. And I changed my major actually a couple of times. I'm so indecisive. So I'm like, what am I going to do? But I really wanted something that could help, like I could help people still and still make a great living, because I wanted to be able to support my family and just have choices. And I just went back and forth. And so fast forward, I landed a great job right out of college. I started it 2 days after graduation because I was so pumped up to like get this part of my life started. And I truly envisioned myself working towards climbing up the corporate ladder. I wanted to be in the medical sales industry. That's not where I started, but that's my plan. That was my plan. I wanted to head into that direction once I got some experience under my belt. But a couple months into everything, like that whole corporate lifestyle, I realized like that 9-to-5 life isn't for me. And no shade for people who love the 9-to-5 lifestyle. It was not for me. And I realized I started to feel trapped because I didn't.
Did you guys catch that? She said no shade to anyone who does like the 9-to-5. I am so shocked. I think this is the first rep that I have ever heard say no shade to people who do enjoy the 9-to-5 life, because they're normally talking so badly about it. But I don't know if it's just part of her pitch, if she actually does believe that. But another thing that I forgot to pause this before, notice how the other woman who was on the bottom of the screen, how she said that they live 8 hours away from each other and she just found her and then just started talking to her. So the one thing about the internet, which I love, is you get to interact with people. So there are people who I have met through my blog or through YouTube even, that I have become so close with. You guys already know, because Alonda and I from the Recovering Combat, we talk about this all the time. We talk every single day. And that's just normal for us. Like we talk all the time, and we also bounce ideas off of each other too. So, and I talk to other people outside of YouTube as well. And I've been able to make these great relationships and these great friendships with the power of the internet, which I think is really cool. But at the same time, this is why MLMs have blown up the way that they have. This is why markets get saturated much faster now, because of social media, because of the internet. Back in the day with MLMs such as Tupperware or Avon, Mary Kay, you had your specific Mary Kay lady or your specific Tupperware lady. You had these in-home parties, and it wasn't as saturated as it is now, because you had one person who would have this party for everybody, and that's how it was back then. But now with the internet, you can go anywhere. You can talk to anybody in any state. I've had people reach out to me in the past for MLM stuff who were all the way across the country. So that's why these MLM companies have blown up so much over the last couple of years. They say that they're growing and stuff like that. Well, part of it is because you have the power of social media. That's why.
Crap, because I didn't think I had other options. We were taught to go to college, get a job, look for jobs, not necessarily opportunities. And so I just didn't think there was any other way. I had no idea what Arbonne was. And I was asked the question, if you keep doing what you're doing today, where are you going to be in the next 5 years? And do you like that? Are you okay with that? My answer was no. And so I just realized, I didn't want to spend the next 40 years of my life working hard for someone else's dream. I didn't want to have, to work 50 weeks a year to have 2 weeks of time off. I didn't want my life and schedule to be dictated by someone else. And I didn't want to be tied down to one place. If you know me, I love to travel. I love to hop around, go. And I wanted to be able to travel whenever I wanted. And sure, the path that I was on, it would have provided me with, a great income. But what about time flexibility? What about time to actually live my life? What about location flexibility to go travel the way I wanted to? Time is so precious. Life is so short, and I didn't want to spend most of my life clocking in, clocking out, trading time for money. And I just felt in my heart that what I was doing wasn't going to provide that life that I was craving and knew that I could have. And so I started to pray for different options. I had no idea what I was praying for. Just what I was doing at that time was not it. And that's when I got connected with Instagram, and she told me about the opportunity. Like she said, I was skeptical. I actually only responded to her because I didn't want to ignore her message. I didn't want to be like rude and just like leave her on red. And like she said, it's crazy because now she's my best friend and we were complete strangers before. So shout out to social media for getting us connected. But guys, I was skeptical and I was definitely intrigued. Don't get me wrong. Like I was intrigued, but I was skeptical. I'm just naturally a skeptic, but I watched her and so many other people in this company, and I started to realize how incredible everything was. I saw evidence that the products were amazing, that they were getting people really great results. I saw evidence that the community was loving and inspiring and uplifting, which I craved that. And too, with being an athlete our whole lives, like we had a team and then all of a sudden it was gone. And I was like, okay, like I need that back. And now we have a team for life. It's not like it's,
It's not a team for life though, because as I've said, as soon as you leave that MLM, most likely they're not going to talk to each other. But it just makes me so sad that they target people who want this sense of community, especially because it seems like they had a really great community before. But let me just ask them this question real quick. They both talked about how they had this incredible community of people within their sport. So the woman on the bottom, she played tennis, and the one up top, she played soccer. Well, if your community was so good, why didn't you guys stay in touch over the years? So how am I supposed to believe that both of you had this experience where you obviously didn't keep in touch with your teams, but now all of a sudden Arbonne is different? How is Arbonne different with the community? If someone leaves their team who was their best friend or something, what if they make a video about their time in Arbonne, and what if they talk about how it's a scam? Are you still going to keep in touch with them? In addition to that, when she was talking about being a skeptic, you're clearly, and I don't like it when the MLM reps say this, clearly y'all were not skeptics enough, because if you were a skeptic, you would have come across the anti-MLM community movement, whatever you want to call it. You would have come across all of this information that is on the internet about this that shows MLMs, the MLM itself is predatory. They prey on the vulnerable. They go after people's insecurities or whatever they're dealing with at the time. So clearly the two of you were not skeptics, at least skeptics enough, in my opinion. So don't come for me. That's just my opinion.
It's not a team that's going to be gone once we graduate and college soccer or tennis is done. And I saw the business opportunity was legit the real deal and had the potential to completely change my life if I was willing to work for it. And so I just got very, very clear about what I wanted. I'm not afraid of hard work, but I realized I wanted to be able to be my own boss so I could decide when I worked, how I worked, and most importantly, where I worked. Location flexibility is huge for me for two reasons. Before I have kids, I want to travel as much as possible. And I love how this business, you can work it from Wi-Fi, which meaning I can work it from my phone. So anywhere that I have Wi-Fi, I can work. I want to be able to travel all over. And again, with my business, I can do that on the go, which is such a blessing. And again, having only 2 weeks of vacation time to travel didn't sit right with me. And now I don't have to worry about asking for time off or be worried about not getting paid because I'm traveling, because you can work this business on the go. So I can work it and not be tied to a physical location, and I'm not worried about clocking in, clocking out. I lived 4 months while my boyfriend trained for football. I was able to work my business the entire time. I worked it from the beach. I worked it from the pool. I worked it from coffee shops. I worked it from the football field while I watched him train. Guys, like that, to have that choice and that flexibility, like I want everyone to have that option. And so number two for location flexibility, why it's important to me is because in the future when I have kids, whenever that is, I want to be able to stay home and be present with them and travel frequently with them. I plan on taking whole summer trips with my future family and going with them, which I wouldn't be able to do unless I had a mobile business, because no job was going to be like, sure, take a couple months off and you're still going to get paid. Like that just wasn't an option. But now I can work my business on the go, and I don't have to choose between if I want to spend time with my family on a trip or work my business. And so I just, as I continue to share, I encourage you to think about how this can impact your life, because that's what matters, not how it's impacted my life or my life, how it can impact your life. And so like start thinking of that. And there's just so many reasons why people jump into this business, and you get to decide how much time and effort you put in and ultimately what you want from all of this. Some people just want a little bit of extra money.
Pausing it there to say a few things. When you work in most 9-to-5s. Now, this was my experience with 9-to-5s, and in the past, this is just this, of course, my experience. Not every single 9-to-5 is going to be the same. However, in the beginning of both of them, I would start off with 2 weeks of vacation time, paid vacation time. Then I had paid sick days and I had paid personal days. So I had all of that. And when I would go on vacation, I didn't have to work from wherever I was during vacation. When I went to Poland with my now husband, he proposed to me in Poland. Guess what? I didn't have to work while we were there. I didn't have to work while we were experiencing all of the amazing things that we were experiencing, because I did more touristy things with him so that he would be able to kind of see Poland for what it really was. And there were certain things that I had never done before and I have never been to before. So we went all out on that trip. Neither of us had to worry about our job. We were free to do whatever we wanted to. So that's the first thing. The second thing is she talked about how she was able to work from while her boyfriend was playing football or training for football, while she was on the beach, all of that. Well, when I go to the beach, I mean, the beach is a lot closer now that we're in Florida, but if I want to go to the beach right now, I don't have to work from the beach. If we're going and we're doing, I don't know, let's say that we're going out to dinner or something for like a date night, I don't have to work from date night. I don't have to skip away, bless you. I don't have to skip away from the table or not skip away, but walk away from the table. Can you imagine me skipping away from a table in like a really fancy restaurant? That'd be really funny. But I don't have to go to the bathroom, for example, and check my phone real quick to see, hey, did this person respond to me, or how's my team doing? She talks about how she can take her business anywhere. But what that means is when you go on vacation, when you go do things, yeah, you can work from anywhere. But what you're really saying, and I've said this numerous times on this channel, what you're really saying is that you can work from everywhere. That's what you're actually saying. So you never get a chance to shut off. You are constantly surrounded by Arbonne, because even if you want to look at it in the sense of her community right now is all Arbonne. So if they're meeting with one another, they're most likely going to talk about Arbonne. So how are you ever able to get a break from this business that you think is the greatest gift to this world? But anyway, let's get back to it.
To cover some bills. Some people want to build it into a sustainable, successful business like both of us have. And some people just truly want to be a part of a community and be part of something bigger than themselves, because you get to have such an impact in this more than you know on the outside looking in. And so I remember going back and forth, do I want to jump in? Do I not? I canceled the first chat ever that I came up with some bogus reason I couldn't get on. I ghosted her for probably a week at one point. She sent me an audio message and I was too nervous to listen to it because I didn't know if I was going to jump in or not. And she thought that I wasn't going to jump in. And I'm so indecisive with basically everything. But I realized, guys, like, worst case scenario, nothing changes. If I decide to do this business, I don't like it, I don't succeed, whatever, I could stop, no strings attached. But I knew, like, I needed to make a lifestyle change anyways, because when it came to my health, I could go into that for another like 20 minutes and I won't. But once I learned about the 30 days healthy living program, something that wasn't a fad diet, something that didn't make me count calories or make me do anything crazy or anything weird, something that would set me up with the habits that would transition into a sustainable, healthy lifestyle. Like, I knew I needed to do that anyways, and I would benefit from that anyways by doing the program. And so, but best case scenario.
Any ex-Arbonne reps or ex-Arbonne customers who have done the 30 days to healthy living or whatever it's called, please let us know in the comment section below if you believe that it's a healthy lifestyle or if it's more of a fad diet, because from what I've read, it seems to be more of a fad diet. I mean, when I was in Beachbody, I was constantly fed this idea that Beachbody was a healthy lifestyle and that you're making these lifestyle choices and that's what is helping you lose the weight or stay on like a healthier regimen or whatever. But really, essentially, it wasn't. It was counting calories in a sense, because you have the little containers. Now, I know Arbonne doesn't have the little containers, but Beachbody had the containers and they had the shakes and everything. You were constantly told to push Shakeology. So I don't believe that the Arbonne 30 Days to Healthy Living is, I think it's a fad diet, but y'all let me know in the comment section below.
And so, but best case scenario was I could turn it into an incredibly successful business. And, you know, I want to bring up the point because I think, you know, sometimes people think they're too busy. I thought that I was too busy before jumping in. And it was because I was working my corporate job 9 to 5. I woke up at 7 in the morning. I didn't get home until about 6-ish. And then I had a social life. You know, I was still like, I was what, 22 years old, 23 years old. I mean, I was right out of college and I was still actively trying to live that college lifestyle. I'm not gonna lie. And I was also doing long distance with my boyfriend. I would drive an hour and a half back after work to go see him and then wake up that next morning at like 4:30 in the morning to drive an hour and a half back into work. It was craziness. And I remember thinking and telling, I don't know if I have enough time for this, but I realized even with a full plate, I could work this business into the nooks and crannies of my day. And she explained that to me because I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And she was like, girl, you decide when and where and how you work this. Like, if you have extra time throughout the day, like, you don't need to sit down 5 hours a day and do this. You can if you want. But I realized I was wasting a lot of time scrolling through social media, a lot of time watching Netflix. There was just these little pockets throughout my day that I knew that I could put time into building this. And I knew that I wanted to use that time instead of wasting my life scrolling to be able to build a business that my future self and future family would thank me for. The second thing that was like almost...
But there's nothing wrong with if you want to scroll through social media or if you want to watch Netflix. Yesterday, perfect example. Yesterday, I had, as you guys know, because I already announced it, but I'm pregnant. So yesterday I had a little bit of a hormonal breakdown at work because I was working on, my husband bought me a new laptop and I was working in Final Cut Pro. I was trying to play with it to see if I could figure it out, and I had just finished editing the whole entire video, but then I had a little bit of a glitch in the system. It was partially user error, but I deleted the whole entire thing. So I had a little bit of, normally, yes, I do get frustrated when stuff like that happens, because when it takes you so long to do something, when it takes you so long to edit something, and then all of a sudden it's just gone and I couldn't retrieve it. It was completely gone. It was gone. So I got really upset about it. And my husband was like, you're working too hard. And this was at our business too, because whenever I have a little bit of downtime in between customers and stuff like that is when I'll do stuff for YouTube. So I'll do research or I'll try to edit something while I'm there. And it's not, there's not that much time, but when I have that little amount of time, I'll try it. And my husband saw how upset I got because I started crying. And I'm laughing about it now. It wasn't funny when it happened, but I'm laughing about it now. So he actually told me, he's like, go home, watch some Netflix, relax, don't even make dinner. I'm gonna buy dinner on the way home. Go home. I need you to go home. I need you to kind of like recoup and just take care of yourself, please. So, because I mean, obviously it's a little different now because I can't be stressed out because, you know, baby. So I went home and I started watching Schitt's Creek. I got to the episode of where Moira talks about, what is it, allez-vous, and she calls it a scam. I love when she's like, it's a scam. But I got up to that point and I don't remember falling asleep, but I ended up taking a nap. So so it's fine if you want to watch Netflix, or if you want to take these pockets of time that she's talking about. If you want to take that time to yourself, if you want to aimlessly scroll on social media or whatever, if you want to watch Netflix, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. What I don't like is that she's talking about how busy she was, about all of the things that she was doing, especially because when her and her boyfriend were doing the long distance thing, a lot of those things are choices that she made in her life. So she was busy because of her own choices. That's all on her. And I'm not saying that's bad or anything, because I mean, if my husband and I, if we had to do long distance, yeah, we would absolutely do long distance. But that is a choice that you make. But she was already so busy. And the reason why she's telling people this is because she was already so bombarded with so many things going on in her life that she's making this part of her pitch. She's showing people that if you really want to do something, you'll find time, which I agree with. If you really enjoy doing something, or if you really want to do something, you will find the time to do it. YouTube for me is something that I do in pockets of time. So this is something that I do for fun on the side. And do I get compensated for it through AdSense? Yes, I do. Is it a lot? No, it's not. But it's enough for me to kind of keep going. And I do thank all of you who support this channel, whether you watch my videos just here on YouTube and you see the ads, and just so you guys know, in case you didn't know, we content creators do get a commission, or whatever you want to call it, revenue, whatever you want to call it, from people who have YouTube Premium. So that's something that some people have actually asked me about in the comment section before. Or if you are a patron or a channel member and you support this channel a little bit more, if you buy merch from me or whatever, I love that support from all of you guys. So I just wanted to say that real quick. I know that that's kind of off topic and kind of a little bit of a tangent, but she's only talking about how busy she was to show that you too can do Arbonne. But there's nothing wrong with, if you want to take those pockets of time and instead of building a business, if you just want to relax. We are all human beings. We all deserve time to ourselves. We all deserve time to relax. So if you've ever watched something like this, and if a video like this makes you feel like shit, pretty much is the best way to say it, don't let that be a determining factor of if you feel like you're doing enough or if you've accomplished enough in life, because everyone's different. Some people, all they want to do is work. They don't want time to themselves. They don't want to take a break, and that's on that person. But there's nothing wrong with wanting to take a break and just scrolling on social media.
The second thing that was like almost held me back too was I was so scared of what people would think of me. I remember I used to tell, oh my gosh, like I'm so nervous, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Anyways, this company has helped me grow in that area so much, but I finally sat there and I was like, this is enough. You have lived 22 years of your life out of fear of people judging you, out of fear of what people are going to say about you. It's time to stop that cycle. I didn't want to get to 80 years old and look back and be like, I never really truly lived my life. This one short life for me. I never reached my full potential. I never did what my heart truly desires because of what people might think. And now I'm not perfect with this. I still struggle. I'm human, but I've grown so much. But guys, it's baloney. It's baloney. Why do we let people's opinions control so much of how we live our lives? So I jumped in, figured why not, have nothing to lose. Guys, and I want to say, it's the same way. If we would have tried these products and we didn't love them.
I will agree with her on the point that she made with how not to let like judgmental people pretty much take over your life, and that you should be able to do things and not worry about what others have to say about it. That's something that I will agree with her on, but I don't like that she's using it as part of her pitch for the MLM. That I don't agree with, but the general idea of that, yes, I agree with that.
You don't love them, we would have returned everything. We wouldn't have moved forward. I would have got my money back. There's a 45-day money back guarantee, and I wouldn't have moved forward. There's no way I could pursue this unless I truly love the products, unless they truly work for me. So we both started with the 30 days healthy living program. A week and a half into the program, I became so obsessed. I didn't know my body could feel that good. I started to switch over to the makeup, the skincare, all the products, the whole Arbonne brand, and I loved everything. I've been using these products, obsessing over these products. So it's for 2 years now, which is huge because I was always jumping from brand to brand. I'm very, very picky with my products, and I was always looking for the best of the best. I couldn't find anything that my heart was truly set on. I had so many half-empty bottles all over the place, and they weren't crap products. They were expensive. Marc Jacobs, Dior, Estee Lauder, NARS, MAC. Like, I was using expensive stuff, and it just nothing. I never fell in love with anything. And the fact that I've been a loyal consumer of these products for over 2 years is crazy to me, knowing how picky I am as a consumer, and I know I'm picky too. And 99% of what I use every day is the Arbonne brand. And I don't have to, by the way. We don't have to order products. We don't have to keep inventory. I don't have to do any like minimum purchases. Like, we don't have to do any of that weird stuff. There's no monthly minimums, no monthly payments. I don't know. There's a lot of weird things out there. No auto ships. We don't do any of this. So here's a couple things why network marketing is so smart. Sorry, I get so pumped up. I'm going to share it.
She says that you don't have to keep minimums or anything like that, which she's probably talking about like PV and everything. Hey guys, editing Monica here. So I did just want to say that I got a comment from one of you recently. I'll pop it up on the screen too. But it's an ex-Arbonne rep who also has a channel here on YouTube that's creating anti-MLM content, so make sure to go ahead and check her out. But in regards to Arbonne, she said they require 150 PV monthly if you want any kind of bonuses and also for ranking up. And if you're at the first level consultant, you have to have 500 PQV in that month in order to get the 6% bonus override for anyone in your downline. You're often told you have to get this stuff every month to show off the product and sample it out to people and offer prizes and get the latest fizz stick or skincare, etc. The auto ship is also something that Arbonne has but doesn't require. However, there are incentives and they will push it for bonuses and locking people in, so they do have it. So they say that they don't require it, but in order for you to get a bonus, they do require that in Arbonne. Along with that, if we want to take a look at the income disclosure statement really quick, it says during 2020, Arbonne paid in excess of $385 million in preferred client commissions, overrides, and awards, together earnings to independent consultants globally and $288 million in earnings in the US and its territories. However, if you look at the lowest rank, which is independent consultants, I do like that they put median annual earnings in this chart. So the median annual earnings is $108, and this makes up 56% of independent consultants at that level. So as you can see here, for the next one, which is district managers, they make a median annual earnings of $1,769. There's 33% of reps in that particular rank. The rest of them are in the single digit percentages of the company. So I just wanted to add that in here because I wanted to make sure that I had some more information out there for you guys in regards to Arbonne. But I can't remember if she's already gone over this or if this is later in the video, but she talks about how she switched from all of her other products, and I can't remember if she probably just said this and it just like completely left my brain, but she said at one point in the video that she was an avid user of other products and then she switched to everything being Arbonne. So yeah, you don't have to buy everything that's Arbonne, but you just showed us that yeah, you switched over to it. If you remember, there was one reaction video that I did recently, I think it was a few weeks ago, of the rep who took a picture of her standing in front of an entire cupboard or cabinet, whatever you guys call it. I've heard it differently for everybody. I call it a cabinet, but some people call it a cupboard. But an entire cabinet filled of Arbonne products. You guys are always going to have to be a product of the product. If you're selling the products, depends on showing all of the Arbonne products and making sure that you're talking about all of the products so that you're reaching a larger target audience. Look at all of the Arbonne reps and what they show on their Instagrams. All of their stuff is Arbonne products. There are other products out there. Like, there's no one brand that I am 100% dedicated to, because when it comes to makeup, something that works for my skin might not work for someone else's skin. But at the same time, something that works, let's say that a company has foundation and eyeshadow palettes and all of that. Let's say that their foundation works for me, but their eye palettes don't work right for my eyes. I don't know. Let's say that there's something different with the skin around my eyes and it just doesn't work for me. Or maybe I'll like a concealer by one company and a foundation by another, but I like a setting powder by another. Whereas with Arbonne, they're buying all of Arbonne stuff.
I'm going to share 2 at the end too, so don't worry, it's not just me talking. But I was already buying these products before. I was going to Sephora to get my makeup and skincare. I was going to GNC to get, my nutrition products, pre-workouts, protein powder, collagen, energy drinks, all that. I was buying my body wash from Bath and Body Works. I was getting my shampoo and conditioner from my hair salon, buying candles from Yankee Candles, buying essential oils from the massage place that I get my massages. But I can't build a business from recommending those products. And I didn't even really love them that much either to recommend them. But I was just throwing my money at these companies. Guys, we have over 400 products and we're constantly coming out with new stuff, new and improved. And we have something for everyone. These are products that people, you and I, other people are using every single day. And when I realized I could switch and swap my products, which is literally just a redirection of my money that I was spending to support my own business, something that I could build over the years and start recommending people back to my own store, it was a no-brainer. Like when she was like, oh my gosh, I would have felt stupid if I didn't do it. I'm the same way. After I realized this, I'm like, I would feel stupid not to do this. And I realized like it would be crazy for me not to give it a try, especially because of the low risk. It's $49 to start your business. A typical storefront business, guys, you understand that takes hundreds and thousands of dollars to set it up before you make any profit. My boyfriend's dad has a franchise. I know what goes into having a storefront franchise business. And you can only reach the people in that area who are close enough to drive to get to you. You're restricted by a lot. So $49 to start a mobile, global business. You get your own website. You get all the tools and resources, everything you need to succeed, mentorship, guidance, weekly calls, trainings, conferences. Like, it's a no-brainer. It's so genius. And these products, they're clean, they're vegan, they're non-toxic, they're cruelty-free. Products that I know are pure, safe, and beneficial for me. And that it's safe for me to recommend that. I couldn't have said that about the other products. I had no idea if the other products were great or good for me or cruelty-free or didn't test on animals or anything like that. Plus, we get a 35 to 50% discount on the products as a consultant. So not only am I getting higher quality products with great ingredients, safe ingredients, I'm also getting them at an incredible price. I'm getting it at a huge discount, which that saves money in the long run for sure. So guys,
with a franchise, the company does an analysis. They make sure that it's not a saturated market, because, and I've used this example so many times, but they're not going to build a McDonald's next to another McDonald's. That's just not going to happen. I find it to be a little insulting that she's trying to, in a sense, not outwardly doing it, but she's in a sense trying to compare an MLM to a franchise. If I were her boyfriend's dad, I would be slightly insulted by that, to be completely honest.
For sure. So guys, another thing, we're making recommendations every single day. We share the products we use. We share where we go on vacation. You already know when we're going to be sharing everything about this Airbnb we're staying at. We share the restaurants we go to. We share the food we make and what products we use to make the food. We share the clothes we wear. We share the shows we watch. Guys, if you just got a house, you're going to recommend that realtor. If you have a designer, you're going to recommend a designer. Like, that's what we work. And I don't know about you guys, but 95% of the time I am buying stuff because I saw someone else use it or recommend it. That's just how we work. If your friend recommends a Netflix show, you're probably going to go watch it ASAP. Recommended Ozarks. Guess what? Watching our date nights. Ozarks. I watched it ASAP. But if I would have seen a commercial of that on TV or like, no, I probably would have been like, I'm okay. We trust what people that in our lives and our networks, what they have to say. It's the most powerful form, personal recommendations, the most powerful form of advertisement, guys. So it felt so natural to me to be able to share Arbonne products because they were working for me and I loved them. And I shared them just like I would share anything else that I loved or saw results with. And so it's not rocket science when it comes to that. But guys, I want to end my portion here. Sorry, I've been talking a lot. I get really pumped up, but I want to end my portion with I had no experience experience. I had never done anything like this in my entire life. I had around 2,000 followers on Instagram at the time. Most of our following right now is Arbonne consultants. So you don't have to have this massive following to be successful. Like 2,000, I think like 1,000 when she started, maybe a little bit more. I wasn't.
Most of your following are Arbonne consultants. That's a bit of a red flag. If most of the people who are following you are already in the company or already in your downline, how are you reaching people? So then this video that's posted on your Instagram that you're talking about your why, and you're talking about why it's such a good time to join this business, why are you making that video then? If it's only going to reach the audience of people who are already in your downline, unless if you want them to take pointers from it and to kind of make this same type of video. But if you're making this a video trying to target people who aren't in Arbonne yet, but most of your following is already Arbonne consultants, who are you speaking to then?
I wasn't active on social media. I didn't know who would want to join me in building the business. I didn't know who the heck would even want to buy anything from me. But I knew if others had done it, there was no reason why I couldn't do it. I was nervous. I was scared. But I was honestly, guys, so much more scared at the end of the day of not giving this a shot. I saw so much evidence and proof that it works for people. And I didn't want to, look back in 2 years or 5 years and regret not trying. I can handle failure. If I fall flat on my face, fine, great. At least I know I tried. I can't handle looking back and be like, I just didn't do anything. So learned along the way. And I'm so happy, guys, because just everything that's happened in the last 2 years, like my life looks so different. The options and choices and the ability to live by design, who I am as a person, the impact we've been able to make, the people we've been able to inspire to help start their own journey. Guys, we worked really hard to build this and build a life by design. And that all started with a single act of courage and a tug on our hearts to jump in and not look back. And we did. We jumped in and we didn't look back. We knew we were going to run with this. And so, guys, we're nothing special. Truly, we always laugh about okay, surely if we can do this, anyone can, if they're willing to work hard, be coachable, and stay consistent. And anyone can succeed. We have 18-year-olds, 75-year-olds, men, women, corporate workers, stay-at-home moms, college students, attorneys, professional athletes, people from all walks of life. And so if you are looking into this, there is a place for you. And even if you don't want to do it full-time like me, and that's okay. There's plenty of people who work their corporate job still because they love it and it fires them up. But this business, it's smart to build on the side of that. And so, guys, if you are someone who wants to be your own boss and work when and where you want, if you want to live your life by design and not by default, if you want more flexibility, choice in your life, if you want to be able to work from home, to be able to stay home with your kiddos, if you want to be able to travel more or have more spending money, maybe you're a travelholic or a shopaholic like me. Maybe you want to have extra so you don't have to live paycheck to paycheck, or you want to have extra to give back to the things that have a tug on your heart. Go on mission trips or animal shelters. That's Madeline's passion is animal shelters. My passion is kids and mission trips. To be able to give back to things like that in your church. To be able to have more time to do things in your life that you want to do. To be able to have a huge impact on other people, guys. Or to join an inspiring community that's going to lift you up, to help you grow as a person, help you flourish, guys. If any of that sounds like something you want to be part of, this is for you. Earnings.arbonne.com has more information on what is typical. But if you have any questions, guys, don't be afraid to reach out. Maybe you've been following one of us along with our journeys, or maybe another consultant in this company and you've been interested, just reach out. There's no strings attached to asking questions. We all had questions and hesitations, and I'm so happy that I got them answered because I realized this was such a great fit for me and that I needed to jump in. So I'm gonna close this out. Sorry guys, that's probably because I've had 5, 5, 6 today already. I'm zooming.
I was just about to say, if I was going to close out with anything, you covered it. You covered it. You covered it all. So I just want to say really quick, just touching on what you said, $49 to start your own business. Guys, that's the cost of what it costs us females to get our nails done. That is the third of the cost of a Target run that we go on. And so I just want to speak to you guys about it is such a low risk. We are all phones anyways. We might as well have an incredible income opportunity while we're on them, be able to build such a better future of choice, time, flexibility. And as I touched on, I really want you to think, what sets your heart on fire? Because I can tell you this, to be able to be in a position now financially, to be able to give back to things I'm passionate about, like animal shelters, rescues, help my family in ways that I never would have been able to before. And just to have the time and the flexibility to live a life that I dreamed of, What is on your mind? What is in your heart? And what, if you could do it, or time or finances or money were an issue, what would you do? What would your life look like? And the last thing I would say is, you know, if you knew, and of course, you know, we can't guarantee results. We don't know what your work ethic's like. We don't know what you're like. And so it comes down to you. It's up to you how successful you want to be. But if you could look into the future and you knew without a shadow of a doubt that you were going to be successful in this business, would you say yes to it? And that was a question I asked myself before I joined. I thought to myself, if you don't say yes to this, are you going to regret it? Kind of like touched on. Or worst case scenario, you join, you don't end up liking it, you get your money back on the products, life goes on. And so I just say, if you knew you'd be successful and your answer would be yes, I want to join, if you knew, the only thing that would hold you back from this opportunity is fear. Maybe fear of failure, fear of what other people think, fear of not being successful. Fear would be the only thing that held you back. And I want to say, as somebody who is super skeptical, and I literally almost let fear be the reason that I didn't say yes to this opportunity, do not let it steal your joy. Do not let it steal your hope. Do not let it steal your future. Because I can tell you, like, even just listening, and I'm in this company, I'm like, oh my gosh, mind blown. Why does not every single person do this? So guys, we're so thankful that you joined in and listened and watched. And like I said, if you have any questions, reach out to us. We are so chill and we're very nice people. And so, like she said, if we can build an Arbonne business, I promise you, any single person can build an Arbonne business. And there's people from all different backgrounds, all different life stories, growing, all different personalities, races, you know, age, that do this business and have been successful. So thank you guys so much for listening in. We love you, and we hope to hear from you soon. Love you. Mwah.
So that's that. You guys can let me know what you think of this. I don't even know what you would call this. Would it be considered like a recruiting call or like an opportunity call, I guess? I guess this is kind of like an opportunity call, except it's on Instagram. So you guys let me know what you think of this. You guys already know my commentary. You've already heard it. That little last bit on there, I feel like anything that I would say is something that I've already said before on this channel. So you guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. I will see you guys next time. And this is Monica reporting to you live from a highway. Bye.